Good morning, everybody. How are you going today? I am jumping in and having a chat today about walking speed. So we're talking about balance this month, and I wanted to chat about walking speed because it's something we measure in the clinic all the time with just about every single condition we see. And I want to talk about why we do that. And what does it mean? So from a clinical perspective, we're looking to see what someone's walking speed is because we need to know how safe they are with things like crossing the road and generally moving around in their environment. With walking speed though, it is an indication of someone's mortality and morbidity, meaning the slower someone is walking, the lower functional ability that they have. So it gives us a really good indication of where someone is at functionally. So we know from a balance and walking perspective that walking uses dynamic balance and motor control that relies on sensory input, which also controls our balance. So when someone has a slower walking speed, it shows us that their dynamic balance isn't as good as it could be. Also, there's a lower form of strength because you're not able to generate and get the power needed from the muscles. And that sometimes people have difficulty integrating their senses. So when we're walking around our environment, we need to be able to use the visual input plus the vestibular or inner ear function to manage our gait speed. And so what that means is when people do have an issue with these things, it correlates to us seeing a lower gait speed. So that's what we're doing often when we're using the 10-meter walk test. We're looking at cadence. What are the steps like? We're also looking at how someone's walking, but we're also measuring speed in meters per second. And so we know that someone over 1.3 meters per second can safely cross the road. And most people probably sit at about 1.3, 1.4 meters per second as a nice safe speed. And then as we get below that, around 1 meter per second or lower, we know that people are more at risk of falls. So trying to work with people on improving gait speed. Not specifically will we be doing exercises to work on gait speed, but we will use the treadmill to work on confidence with walking and improving cadence and walk speed on the treadmill, as well as actually improving balance, strength, getting people to move around in the environment. We'll do sensory integration using vestibular and visual exercises to really improve gait speed as well, so we can optimize optic flow. And this is for all conditions. So we're doing this when we're working with people with vestibular and concussion type conditions. We're also doing this with Parkinson's and stroke. And so we also do this with our balance clients, those who are just aging and have problems with their balance. So if you feel that your speed has got a lot slower, then it may be worth looking at, well, what is actually going on? Because we want to be able to maintain a healthy gait speed to maintain so that we know we're maintaining our balance and from a functional quality of life perspective as well. So those are my thoughts on gait speed and walking and balance today. So if you've got any questions or comments, pop them in the chat below. Hopefully this has been thought-provoking for you, thinking about what are you doing, how are you managing, and what is it that is causing your gait speed to get a little bit slower. And do you need to think about managing your balance? Because long term, we want really good balance for everybody because it means we can just be so much more functional and have a better quality of life. You can go and walk on the beach. You can feel confident walking in crowds. The busy cafe, you can move around that safely and confidently so that you're not shutting yourself away because you don't want to go out. You can go out shopping with your daughter or son, or you can go to the park with your grandchildren. All those sorts of things are super important. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.